Hello everybody, my name is Luis Enrique Hernández Reina and this is my portfolio activity that it's a video about talking the phobias that I suffer and phobias that interest me a lot. And this is going to be a simple introduction of why do I have these phobias and how do I feel about them. And let's start with thanatophobia, that for me is one of the strongest phobia that I have and currently makes me feel like a hole inside of me. But let me first introduce you to what is thanatophobia. Thanatophobia is the phobia of the dead. Yeah, in basic world, in basic words, is the fear of the dead, like knowing what it's about, afterlife, or what will happen after the death, or any superstition that we have about that type of situations uh, will cause to the person huge impacts on the quality of thinking. Like, for example, in my case, when I do think about the the death, let's say that, I mainly strong feel huge goosebumps, huge pains in the chest, a huge amount of fear, like in an inexplicable quantity. Let's say about that. And for me, it's one of the strongest phobia that I currently have. I don't know why. I know that everybody else we're gonna die, but for me, it's like one of those feelings that I don't know what will happen to me, but I don't know what will happen to my relatives, friends, partners, teachers, that I will not know what will happen to them after the death, or like after my disease. Let's say that in short words. Another phobia that I suffer a lot is phagato, phagophobia. That is the phobia of getting dead by choking, by drowning, by suddenly stop breathing. Like when you're eating, like, I don't know, a peanut and it stuck on your throat, and then you die because of that. Or like when you are eating and you, let's say, yeah, you simply die about those types of situation. And for me, it's really strong, that fear, because sadly when I was a kid, I choke when I was eating a it's gonna sound stupid or dumb, but when I was a child, I got stuck. I got choked by eating a quesadilla. The cheese got stuck on my throat, and I got vanished. Thankfully, there was a person on the restaurant that saved me, and thanks to that situation, now I have that fear, and now I eat a lot slower. And it's really difficult to me to think about that, because if if there was no person that knows that RCP, I will be dead. So it's kind of you just get to know the point that I have. Another phobia that I have is uh, apontenophobia, which is a phobia of people with injuries or loss of extremities that cause anxiety, like goosebumps, that whatever the symptoms of every phobia causes on the persons. But apotemnophobia, it's the phobia of watching the injuries or watching people with injuries. Sadly, I really suffer that, because on my past Two of my relatives suffer really, really bad injuries. One of my uncles, the one that I told to the class that lost his leg, really caused me that phobia of of watching that injury. Like for me, it was choking, and the other one is a uncle that sadly crashed on the highway, and he uh, got a fracture of his skull, and I saw his injury while I was in the hospital with him, and that to me was really choking. It caused me a anxiety stroke. No, it's stroke. It's when you have a a heart attack, like some type of that. But it has me an anxiety attack. That was the word that I was searching for. For me, it was really choking, and I would say that those three phobias are the main strongs on me, like the one of the fear of the dead, the one of fear of getting choked because, well, I almost died of being choked, and the one of watching the injuries or people with mutilation. For me, that is really, really strong. Another one that impresses me, but I don't suffer that phobia, it's trypophobia, that it's a phobia of feeling holes or like being, or of, of getting anxiety, let's say that, by watching by watching pictures of holes on certain items like plants, the ground, even sponges, that will cause anxiety to some people, and that it's trypophobia, like the fear or like the anxiety of feeling those holes, because those holes represent anxiety to that person. For me, it's really interesting because, for example, I have some friends that get anxiety when they look on detail to sponges or like to the ground, because the asphalt has like mini uh, I don't know, let's say mini holes, that, let's say that imperfection, that's the word that I was searching for. And when they look at that, they really get like kind of nervous, like kind of anxious, and they want to feel those holes. And the last one is arachnophobia, and I think that everybody of us has that. That is the phobia of arachnic animals, in this case spiders, or like any kind of little bugs that will scare the people. Uh, I'm not a huge affected on arachnophobia. I can hold a tarantula like on my hold and all that stuff. But I have a friend that, well, he really suffers arachnophobia. He's a person who when he watches a spider, he gets knocked out. He really screams, like when you see like a dead body, or I don't know, he gets really scared. And every time he sees a spider, he screams to us to kill that, or to get it out of his house, or he simply runs away from that space because he's really, really, really scared of tarantulas and spiders. And for me, it's really, really choking, that situation, for because it's like, okay, it's just a little bug, but at the same time it's like, okay, it's, as kids we know that those type of animals mean hazards, means like some of them are poisonous. And yeah, we can say that we are a little um, superstitious when we watch those animals, or pretentious, that each one of them will try to kill us, when honestly spiders are really peaceful animals. They really attack you when they are in the fear of hazard, or well when they feel attacked, they will bite humans. But mostly of the time they will not attack humans or another animals. Well, they will attack animals when they are hungry and they need to get feed, but at the same time they will not attack uh, humans. And that's what impresses me of these these situations with my friend, because he really gets uh, anxious, scared. That's the main word. He really gets scared. He really feels that panic of watching those type of animals. And I'll be honest, he also cannot see them in pictures, in videos. I still remember when we make a prank of him, when we put a video of a giant spider on the TV, and he really got scared. He really got anxious. He really nearly punches in the face because he really suffers with that phobia. And I understood it. I was a little childish on the time. I was a child. I have like, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. Sorry, I was 15, 16 years old. And that that impresses me the most of him, because he's really not a scarish people. Sorry, a scarish person. He will not scared by mostly of the things. But now, after that, he gets those panic attacks when he watches the spiders. But well, this is my portfolio activity. I hope you all have a really good time watching this video, knowing me, knowing why I suffer this type of phobias. And with no further ado, this was my portfolio activity. Have a good time, have a good weekend, and peace.